To publish your presentation in the Collier Library's repository of open access research, visit the Collier Library at una.edu/library and click Helpful Links. Then select Repository of Open Access Research under Discover. Once you have reached the repository's homepage, sign into your account and go to your dashboard. Before publishing any work in the repository, make sure that you own the rights to do so. If you have any questions about your rights to publish this work, reach out to Jennifer Pate at the Collier Library. Once in your dashboard, click Add New Work. Select the admin set. For a presentation, you will select Journal or Article Submission. Then scroll down and click Presentation as the type of work. Click Create Work. If your presentation has already been published elsewhere and has a DOI attached to it, you can include that here and then click Fetch Metadata to pull relevant information from that resource. Otherwise, scroll down and begin filling in key descriptions of the presentation, including the title, the resource type as presentation, poster, webinar, or podcast, the creator name type as personal, your last name, your first name, your institution as the University of North Alabama, your ORCID ID if you have one, your institutional email address, your institutional relationship as determined by your position at the University of North Alabama, your creator role in relation to this presentation. If you are a presenter, select Presenter as the option. Include an alternative email address, an abstract, as well as relevant keywords to describe the presentation. Identify the subject in which the work was published, the department or the unit in which the work sits within the organizational structure, the language in which the work was published, the relevant licensing for the work. If you have any questions about this portion of the form, reach out to Jennifer Pate. Identify the publisher as the University of North Alabama. Include the date that the work was published. In this case, this would be the date that the work was added to the repository. To provide more information, select additional fields. Include the event location in which the conference was held. Provide a link to the full text. This can be a link to the conference schedule, or if the conference published the work in some form, you can add a link to that resource as well. If you would like to include any other contributors to this presentation, you can do so here. Include the event title, in other words, the title of the conference, symposium, or other event, as well as the event date, the date in which the conference, symposium, or other event was held. Once you have finished filling in the key descriptions of the presentation, select Files. Here you can upload relevant files to this presentation. If you have questions about what file types would be appropriate or what to include in this section of the form, reach out to Jennifer Pate. Select the visibility level of each file type. Then review the information on the right-hand side of the dashboard. The first section, Requirements, denotes any fields still left to be completed before submitting the work. Below that is Visibility. Select the appropriate visibility for this presentation, then review the deposit agreement. The repository deposit agreement provides information on the visibility and licensing of your work as published in the repository. Make sure to read the deposit agreement in full before publishing your work in the repository. Once you have read the deposit agreement, select I have read and agree, then click Save.